Hello, this is Sandy Ellman, and I am going to talk to you today about CareerShift. And I want to share a little bit of information about this great resource that I use for conducting internship, full-time job searches, or possibly even finding contacts. I share this resource a lot with students that I meet with, so I want to share a little bit more in depth with you today. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen, and I'm going to show you how to access CareerShift. So to get started, we're going to start out in Handshake. So you access Handshake if you're a student through your ERNI account. And if you're an alum, you can follow the prompts on the Career Services website to access Handshake as an alum. Once you're in Handshake, then this is your homepage. If you've not been into Handshake before, you're going to start off over here in Career Center. So you're going to click on the Career Center, and we're going to be looking for the resources page. This is where Career Services houses CareerShift. Here's our resources page. We're going to click on resources. And in the resource library, we're going to scroll down to CareerShift. Select CareerShift. Now, CareerShift is set up on as a single sign-on resource. So that means when you're in Handshake, you should only have to click on the links and then it'll take you into CareerShift. So here's the link here. And now we're going to be on the homepage of CareerShift. And if you scroll down here as a current student, you will click on log in with your ERAU account using a single sign-on. Alumni, here's the prompts to do that for alumni. I'm already in ERNI, so I'm going to click on my account, and I will be on the home page of CareerShift. Here we go. My picture a little bit. So over here is going to be a video about how to use CareerShift, all the different resources available to you. Down below are going to be some additional articles that you can read about CareerShift, and then occasionally there's some pop-ups about some new features, so you can try those out if you'd like. Okay. And then I'm going to scroll back up, and as you can see, there's those career-related articles down here that you can read when you have some time and you're looking for some insight. Move my picture again. So up here is where we're going to be searching. This is the dashboard with all the different options available under each of these tabs. I like using the dashboard. I feel like it's easier for me, but you can use these icons here in the middle to do the same type of searches. So I'm going to click on job search, and here's our search page. So we can click in here and we can type in keywords based on the search that we're going to look for. So I'm going to do human factors as my initial search. I can search by company if I really want to be specific, but I'm going to start with human factors. I'm going to keep it open to the United States. Since I'm eligible to work in the United States, that's where I'm going to search. However, you can search in other countries as well. And so if you're from another country, or maybe you're from a country in the European Union and you have the ability to work in other countries over in the EU, then you can try looking here as well and broaden your options. But for today, we're just going to stay in the US. I can also narrow my search down by state, by the metro region. I can even put in a zip code and ask it to search within 50 miles of that zip code. So if you're looking at a metro area like Orlando, Miami, if you just put Orlando, Miami, you might get different, you're only going to get those areas. However, you might, if you put in a zip code, you can get those surrounding areas as well. So again, we're just looking for human factors. So I'm just going to click on search. And this is throughout the US. It's internships, it's full-time, it's part-time, it's contract. And we're looking, we got 4,900 jobs that popped up. Now, as you can see, this job is very possibly not necessarily human factors, but you'll see the word human here and the word factors here. So that's how it brought up this particular position. So if I want to narrow this 4,900 job search down, I can put quotation marks around it using Google search terms. And now it's going to change 4,900 down to 455. And you can see our search is definitely more in line with what we're looking for. But if I really wanted to be specific, I could come up here and I could do and and another search term, UX. So now we're looking at 132 positions, which is definitely even more in our search range that we're looking for. And if we wanted to be even more specific, we could go in here and add a state or a location, or I could come up here and I could click on advanced search, and I could include a job type, internship, full-time, contract. I could include an experience level if I'd like to. I could even include I only want to see employer websites. I don't want to see job boards. So CareerShift will let you search through job boards like Indeed.com. It might even occasionally pull up positions that are posted in LinkedIn and employer websites as well. If you only want to narrow that search down to just employer websites, then I can add that and click on search. And now I'm looking at a slightly smaller, but most of the time that means that when you click on this position, it's going to take you to that company website to apply. If you did find a position that took you to Indeed.com, I would always say to check the company website to see if you find that position there, because it would be better if you applied through the company website directly. But if it does only take you to Indeed and it's not on the company website, go ahead and follow those instructions and apply on Indeed, because that's how the company chose to advertise that position. So here is the position I clicked on. You can see it took me right to that company website, and I can learn a little about what they're looking for, apply. Occasionally, when you click on that link, it might take you to the company site, but the job is already closed. And you can see here when the job was posted. You can see this one was just posted yesterday, so this is a very new and fresh position. And so it'd definitely be one that if I was a human factors student, I would be definitely checking out. You can also click here to find contacts. If you wanted to find out more about who's working for K-12 in Virginia, then you can click on contacts and maybe reach out to someone and ask some questions if you had questions. I would say just because the senior vice president is listed here, I don't know that I necessarily contact him. It might not be exactly the person you're looking for. So you might want to try reaching out to somebody else who's aligned with a contact. However, if Mr. Kraft was on an interview that you participated in and you want to follow up with a thank you email, then definitely find his email and follow up with him. So the contact search is really good. You can do that not only through the job search part, but then also directly here under contacts instead of doing the job search. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the search we were in. Now let's say I like this search. I can click here. I can save the search. I can give it a title, HF UX. I can tell it when I want it to email me, daily, weekly, even twice daily. In a really good job market, you might want to get an email quicker so that you can see any new positions. And it will send you an email with the first 10 of these positions in that email. Each title of the position will be an active link to go and apply. And it's really meant to be a reminder that there are positions and you should go in and check them out. And to do that, when you log into your CareerShift account, instead of doing a job search, you're going to do a saved search. This is where all of your saved searches are housed here. And all you have to do is either click the title or run the search. And now you have that search that you've saved, and you can see all the additional positions that were posted in that from that search. Okay. Again, this is good if you have the job search on, because you can maybe be some more selective about what you're looking for. I'm looking for UX internships. Then there we go. And then also you can change your time frame of when the position was posted. If you want something only 15 days ago or earlier, then you can do that. The only problem with that is there's a big difference between 15 and 30 days. And if the position was posted 16 days ago, but it's still open, you're going to miss it if you choose that. Okay, so just know that and keep that in mind, that the more options you choose, the more limited that you're going to potentially be. Okay, so we talked about doing a job search. We talked about searching for contacts. We talked about creating saved searches, and let me just tell you the difference between CareerShift and Handshake. Handshake is the Career Services Office career management system. So what that means is that companies that we partner with post positions in Handshake, and they share them with our school. And other schools too, potentially, but usually we have a connection to those companies that positions are in the Handshake system. And CareerShift is just a job aggregator. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't necessarily work with some of those companies that you might find postings for in CareerShift, but we don't have, this isn't a direct connection. It's a job aggregator finding those positions that are out there and being advertised. So you do have to apply individually to each of these positions. It's not like Indeed where you can upload a resume and then just submit, submit, submit. You do apply individually, so it's a little bit more work. But if you are in a career field that is very niche, smaller, which is why I chose the human factors search as an example, then this is a great way to identify companies that are recruiting in your field that you weren't aware of. Maybe if you want to be in a certain location geographically, but you don't know who's there, then you can use career search to do more of a broad search and identify companies. But then if you were doing career research and you're trying to identify what companies hire for this particular field, CareerShift is also another good resource for that. So I find that it's very useful in a lot of ways. And then again, you have the functionality of looking for contacts too. So I think it's a great resource. I think if you'll play it around with it a little bit more, you can find some additional uses for it. Like I mentioned before, there is an experience level. They also have an H-1B sponsorship option as well here that you can check out if you're an international student. Okay. So I hope you find CareerShift useful, and please let me know if you have any questions, and we look forward to hearing back from you. Thanks. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and have a great day.